sounds terrible.
Check.
I think he won't come in this terrible weather.
Checkmate.
That's the worst part of living in a place such out of the town. Of all the beastly, slushy place to live in.
Never mind, dear. You'll win the game next time.
Where is Morris? He should have been here by now. That should be him.
There he is.
Hey, Charlie, my good old friend. It's been a long time. Come, welcome home. Major, meet my son, Herbert. Lovingly, we call him Sammy.
How are you, young lad?
Very well, sir.
No. Sergeant Major Charles Morris.
It's okay, Randall. I'm not in my uniform.
Major Morris, this is my dear wife, Eliza.
It's wonderful to see you. We've heard a lot about you from your husband.
The pleasure is totally mine.
Come. Sit here by the fire, Sergeant Major Morris, and warm up.
Thank you.
By the way, was the walk from the station terribly wet?
No, not too bad. I've certainly seen worse.
I'm sure you have.
Oh, thank you. That'll take the chill off.
You know, my father has told many stories of your adventures.
Has he? I'm sure they've gotten better with time.
21 years Charlie's been off in the military, witnessing wars, plagues, and strange people. When he went, he was a young man.
But he doesn't seem to have taken much harm.
I'd like to go to India myself, just to look around a bit, you know.
Better where you are.
I would like to see those old temples, fakirs, and jugglers. Morris, what was that you started telling me the other day? About a monkey's paw or something?
Oh, no, nothing. Nothing worth hearing.
Monkey's paw?
Well, it's just a bit what you might call magic, perhaps. To look at, it's just an ordinary little paw, dried to a mummy.
And what is there special about it?
It had a spell on it by an old fakir, a very holy man. He wanted to show that faith ruled people's lives, and that those who interfered with it did so to their sorrow. He put a spell on it so that 3 separate men could each have 3 wishes from it.
Well, why don't you have 3, sir?
I have.
By the way, did you really have the 3 wishes granted?
I did.
And has anybody else wished?
The first man had his 3 wishes. Yes. I don't know what the first 2 were, but the third was for death. That's how I got the book.
If you've had your 3 wishes, it's no good to you now. Then Morris, what do you keep it for?
I suppose I did have an idea of selling it, but I think I'll keep it. It has already caused enough mischief. Besides, people won't buy. They think it's a fairy tale. Some of them, those who think anything of it, want to try it first and then pay me afterwards.
If you could have another 3 wishes, would you have them?
I don't know. I really don't know. Better let it burn.
If you don't want it, Morris, give it to me.
I won't. I trade on the fire. If you keep it, Don't blame me for what happens. Put it in the fire again like a sensible man, Randall.
How do you do it?
Hold it up in your right hand and wish aloud. But I warn you of the consequences.
Sounds like the Arabian Nights. Don't you think you might wish for 4 pairs of hands from me?
Stop! If you must wish, wish for something sensible.
Well, what could be more sensible than supper?
Just what I was wishing. Come on, Sergeant Major. My mother is a great cook.
A good home-cooked meal is what I could wish for. It looks delicious, but I have to leave. My train leaves in an hour.
What an interesting man. He certainly has plenty of stories. By the way, dear, did you give him anything for it?
Hardly anything. He didn't want it, but I made him take it. And he pressed me again to throw it away.
Throw it away? Why? We are going to be rich and famous and happy. To begin with, wish to be an emperor, father. Then you can't be henpecked.
You brat! I don't know what to wish for. And that's a fact. It seems to me I have got all I want.
If you only paid off the house, you'd be quite happy, wouldn't you? Well, wish for 300 pounds. Then that'll just do it.
I wish for 300 pounds. It moved. As I wished, it twisted in my hand like a snake.
They sat down by the fire again while the 2 men finished their pipes. Outside, the wind was higher than ever, and the old man started nervously at the sound of a shutter banging upstairs. A silence, unusual and depressing, settled upon all 3, which lasted until the old couple rose to retire for the night.
It's quite late. Come on, dear, let's go to sleep. Good night, dear Sammy.
Good night, mother. I'm sure you'll find the cash tied up in a big bag in the middle of your bed upstairs, and something horrible squatting up on the top of the wardrobe, watching you as you pocket your ill-gotten gains. I'll stay up just a little longer.
Sammy sat alone in the darkness, gazing at the dying fire. His hand grasped the monkey's paw, and with a little shiver, he wiped his hand on his coat and went to bed.
Sammy, your breakfast is getting cold.
Morning, father. Morning, mother.
Morning.
Good morning, sleepyhead. Hurry and eat your breakfast or you'll be late for work. Oops! Dropped the sausage. Eee!
You're trying to feed me that old monkey hand?
At least she was cooking it first.
I was not. Now where did that sausage roll to?
You mean you were feeding it to me raw?
Oh, put it over there, away from the table.
Sorry, Mr. Monkey Hand. If you were a monkey mouth, maybe you could join us. How did it get under the table? I wonder. Thank you for the good breakfast, Mother.
You're welcome. Oh, I wish you'd wash your hands, dear.
I'm using a fork.
I hope old Morris didn't get too wet on his walk back to the train. Oh well, like he said, he's seen worse.
I suppose all old soldiers are the same. The idea of our listening to such nonsense? How could wishes be granted in these days? And if they could, how could 300 pounds hurt you, Randall?
Morris said the things happen so naturally that you might think it to be coincidence.
Well, don't drink into the money before I come back. I'm afraid it'll turn you into a mean, greedy miser.
Oh, come on, Sammy. You'll be late for work. Here's your coat and your lunchbox.
Come on, have some breakfast before it gets cold.
Wishing on a monkey's paw? I can't believe you'd believe in such things.
Me?
Well, it's 4 p.m. No sign of wealth.
But the thing moved in my hand. I can swear to it.
You thought it did.
I say it did. There was no thought about it. I just... What's the matter?
A well-dressed gentleman outside. 3 times he has stopped at a gate as if to enter.
Maybe he's bringing a 300 pounds.
He's coming up. Oh! Good day, sir. Can I help you?
Are you Mrs. White?
Yes, I am. Won't you come in? Oh, please excuse our untidy parlor and my husband's old coat. He was working in the garden.
I was asked to call. I come from Mom and Megan's.
Is anything the matter? Has anything happened to Sammy? What is it? What is it?
There, Anita. Don't jump to conclusions. You're not about to manage, I'm sure, sir.
I'm sorry.
Is Sammy hurt?
Badly hurt, but not in pain.
Oh, thank God. Thank God for that.
She broke off suddenly, for the assurance dawned upon her as she saw the awful confirmation of her fears in the other's contorted face. She caught her breath and, turning to her slower-witted husband, laid her trembling old hand upon his.
What happened?
I'm sorry. We were all very fond of.
So, what happened?
Sammy was caught in the machinery.
Caught in the machinery? Sammy was the only child left to us. It's hard.
The firm wished me to convey their sincere sympathy with you in your great loss. I beg that you will understand. I'm only their servant and merely obeying orders.
I was to say that Ma and Meggins disclaim all responsibility. They admit no liability at all, but in consideration of Sammy's services, they wish to present you with a certain sum as compensation.
How much?
300 pounds.
In the huge cemetery, some 2 miles distant, the old people buried the dead and came back to a house steeped in shadow and silence. It was all over so quickly that at first they could hardly realize it and remained in a state of expectations as though of something else to happen. Something else which was to lighten their load, too heavy for the old hearts to bear. Sometimes they hardly exchanged a word, for now they had nothing to talk about, and the days were long to weariness. It was about a week after that the old man, waking suddenly in the night, stretched out his hand and found himself alone.
Come back to bed, dear. You will be cold.
Puller for my Sammy. The paw! The monkey's paw!
Where is it? What's the matter?
I want it! You've not destroyed it!
It's in the parlor, on the mantel. Why?
I only just thought of it! Oh God! Why didn't I think of it before? Why didn't you think of it?
Think of what?
The other 2 wishes! We've only had one!
Was not that enough?
No! We have one more! Quickly! Go down and get it and wish our child alive again!
Good God, are you mad?
No, I'm not. Go get it and wish Sammy alive. We had the first wish granted. Why not the second?
It was a coincidence.
Please don't argue. Go and get it and wish.
Sammy has been dead 10 days, and besides, I did not tell you this before, but I could only identify the body by the clothing. If it was too terrible for you to see then, how will you be able to see him now?
Bring Sammy back. Do you think I fear the child I've nursed?
Here is the cursed thing.
Wish.
It is foolish and wicked.
Make the wish.
I wish my child alive again.
The old man sank trembling into a chair as the old woman, with burning eyes, walked to the window and watched and waited.
Candles burning out. I get another from the door. A rat. It passed me on the stairs.
It's Sammy. It's Sammy. Oh my God. Why didn't I think of it before?
What are you going to do?
It's my child. It's Sammy. It's my Sammy. I forgot. The graveyard is 2 miles away. What are you holding me for? Let go. I must open the door. Please. Let me go. It's my child Sammy.
For God's sake, Elizabeth, please don't let it in.
You're afraid of your own child. Let me go. I'm coming, Sammy. I'm coming. I can't reach the top pole. Help me, Rajan. Help me, please.
Don't open it, Elisa. Where is it? I can't find it. Don't open it. Don't open it. Don't open the door.
Can't reach the top pole, Randall. Please come and help me.
Where is that lost monkey's paw? Where is it? I can't find it. Where is it? I wish my child dead and had peace back in the grave.
Oh no! Sammy, my baby.
OMG, I can feel the goosebumps. I'm sure even you feel